How you doing, folks? Today we're going to make an upside down pizza. I got my cast iron here. Cast iron is cold. I got my oven preheated to 450. I got some baby bell peppers, red and orange, some mushrooms, some onions, and a little bad piece of onion right there, and a little bit of fresh garlic minced up. I also have some mozzarella and some Parmesan, not in the bag. I don't like using bag cheese. Some chemicals added to it to keep it from clumping. It's just as easy to buy a block of mozzarella and cut it up yourself in chunks. And Parmesan, I was going to get Parmigiano Reggiano, and the price on that was a little outrageous. So I just got regular Parmesan. And I don't have my grater. I broke the handle on it months ago and I forgot to replace it. So I just cut it up into small chunks. And I got a little hot pork Italian sausage. We're going to take a little bit of sausage and just put some chunks in here in the bottom for our base. This sausage comes from Publix. It's Publix brand. I've watched a lot of upside down pizzas. Some of them were wins and some of them were failures. The recent one was from Cast Iron Eric. And if you can, go over to his channel. Give him some views. Turned out pretty good. It was a fail. He admitted to the fail, but it still looked good, and it was definitely edible. Hopefully this one won't be a fail, but who knows? I might fail as well. Get a little bit of this sausage down here on this cast iron pan. Yeah, it's about good enough. Wash my hands. I got some pepperoni as well. We're going to put some of these peppers down. Like I said, they're red and orange. And they're baby bell peppers. Some of these onions. And some mushrooms. And if you notice, I'm not bringing it all the way out to the edge because I want to tuck the dough into this. A little fresh garlic. And sorry about that. I forgot to take my fresh pizza sauce out of the fridge. I got a video up about this pizza sauce here. Don't use a jar sauce. Jar sauce is loaded with crap, preservatives. This is just canned tomatoes, San Marzano tomatoes in a blender. We're not going to overload it with a lot of sauce. Just a little bit. That's about right. Put some pepperoni down. And the dough that I'm going to be using is Publix pre-made dough. It's already pre-rolled. And I left it out on the counter probably about 3, maybe even close to 4 hours. Let it warm up a little bit. Let it rise a little bit. Take some of that chill off it. Let that yeast come come back and activate. There's my dough. You can see that it's starting to rise a little bit. Probably let it sit on the counter just a hair too long, but this is only a 10 1/4 pizza. I'm probably not going to use all this dough. Pinch some of this off. Probably later on I'll make a little pizza frite fried dough. Stretch this out a little bit. Lay it over top. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck it in to the edges. That's why I piled it up in the center. Oh, you know what I forgot? Almost screwed up. Almost screwed up. I forgot the damn cheese. Always screw ups in the kitchen. It's how you recover from them screw ups. There's a little Parmesan. Always some screw ups in the kitchen. Now that the pizza dough is there, we kind of wiggle some of this out, flatten it out a little bit, take a little drizzle of olive oil. I'm going to take a little bit of oregano, if I can find it here. Oh, that's coriander, paprika. There it is. And not a lot. Just give it a little color. Oven's preheated 450. And we're just going to slide it in. We'll wait until that top gets golden brown. Actually, I'm going to turn this up to 500. That's hot as my oven to go. And we'll come back in about 10 minutes or so and check on the crust. Be right back. All right, folks. In about 10, 12 minutes, maybe closer to 15. Or you can check this out. That looks pretty good. It looks good. Whether or not it's a win is going to be another story. We're going to let this just sit here and cool off a little bit. Let the cheese set a little bit. And we're going to give it a flip. Leave a comment below before I flip it. Is it going to be a win or is it going to be a failure? We'll be right back in a little bit. All right, folks. Let's give this thing a flip. I got a sheet pan here. Lay it over top of it. And we're going to attempt to flip this. I'm not too confident right now, but who knows? It may be a win. But if I had to guess, and hopefully you guys guessed as well, I'm going to guess this is a failure. Is it going to be edible? Yeah, of course it's going to be edible. But is it going to be a win? We'll soon find out. Let me get a fork or something, get up underneath this. Maybe. Yeah, she stuck a little bit. Not too bad. No, not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. And it's a little wet. Not too bad. Not too shabby. You know what I might do? I might just stick it right back in the oven on the sheet pan. Put a little more cheese on there maybe. And yeah, because it got a little wet from the vegetables. You know what I should have done? I probably should have pre-cooked the sausage. And as soon as the sausage was about halfway done, threw the vegetables in there with it. Got some of the moisture out of the vegetables and the sausage. Drained it, and then made the pizza. Put it in the pan, put a little oil on the bottom. But I'm going to call this a failure. Not bad though. It's going to be edible. It's going to be edible. But what I'm going to do, crust turned out beautiful. So, because of the vegetables were raw, and the sausage was raw. It's cooked now, but there's a lot of moisture in there. Cheese gave up some moisture. Vegetables gave up some moisture. It's definitely a failure. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn this oven right back on. 450. Now I'm going to stick it right back in the oven. We're going to bake the top of it, or actually the bottom of this. And I think we're going to be good. But overall, this was a failure. Thanks for sticking around with me, because not all recipes are wins. All righty, till next time.